Hey, welcome back to Branching Out. We're going to be doing a few things today. Definitely trying to get, it's really hot in this greenhouse, I swear. I mean, I'll show you in just a second, but we want to move this watering container. It was going to go on the left, but that's when I thought I was going to use the sprayer with more of a gravity drip system. But since this is probably going to be more of the gravity drip system on this side, I decided to put it over here, and I brought it out from the wall, this is the north wall, so that it can fit from there to there. Because in too far, it will not fit. I may even have to move that out a little bit more. We'll have to check the height on that. But yeah, and I'm gonna put a little shelf right here. Originally, this was for the hoses, but I'll tighten that up and put a little shelf across there, and then the water will be right there in front of me to use. Maybe do some hanging baskets here and there. But yeah, I'm doing that. I'm trying to empty out the truck by filling up the pots. But it is so hot in here, and we'll just get over here to the thermostat showing 35 degrees. That's 35. They're almost 36 degrees there. So, oh my Lord, it's just too hot in here. There's no breeze that really comes in except by this door. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get out our Pawpaw section, which is with that underneath the bench there, and because that's where it was shaded, right? So Pawpaws need, for the first 2 years at least, to only get ambient light and not direct sunlight, otherwise they will cook. So it's always good to put them on the north side of your wall, because we get a lot of the south light, right? From east to west, you'll get south light. It'll come from the south, excuse me. So what I'm going to do is probably get in there with the tractor and pull out all of those in one shot, hopefully. And we're going to move them up to where my other Pawpaws were grown last year, which are up there on this side, the north side of the loft or the barn. And again, I'm going to keep working. So I'll keep moving. And already the sun's kind of frying my brain a bit, so it's kind of hard to keep a good sentence going. Anyways, I also have these seeds here too, which it's pretty much time to put in your melons and your squash and give them a nice good year to grow, or season to grow. And that's going on obviously on the hill. And again, I'll come back to that when we get to it. And maybe an update over here on these ones and how they're doing. These are my bare root. Okay, so let's keep going. All right, she's set. I hope she's not gonna like settle too badly, but she fits perfect right there. So we'll hook her up and we'll see how it goes. Today is also going to be a good day because it's really warm in here, to put the fittings on my pump, the barbs, get them into these plastic here, because they should be a little more pliable. So we'll see how it goes. It's really hot in here, so I gotta take breaks. I'm still not 100% from the pneumonia, so here I am getting a fresh breath of fresh air. And I'm slowly working at filling up those pots and getting rid of the dirt. So I have a feeling it's going to rain overnight. It's going to make it even heavier because it rained last night. So yeah, let's keep going. I got to get up to the front there, and we're going to see what we can do about setting up a little table or something off the ground for this round of Pawpaws. Okay, so I got all the furrows done. I'm going to furrow it this year. I didn't do it last year. I just kind of put them in the ground. So now, I'm sorry, you guys can hate me if you want, but I tilled this garden because this ground, it just gets so overwhelmed with weeds throughout the rest of the year that I never have time to do it. So yeah, this is the only one that I till, is this little patch right here. And we're going to be putting all of our squash, pumpkins, winter squash. So we got again, we have winter squash, we got spaghetti squash, and these are acorn squash, these two both. That's some from last year. Throw in some watermelon, and we're going to try a few pumpkins and see how they work out. Now I'm just going to put the seeds in the ground. I'm not going to start them. I'm just going to put them in there and see how it goes. This is a good time. We've been getting rain every couple of days, so that's what we're going to do. So let me just finish up some of the seeding, and then I think I'm going to get into the greenhouse there and try to finish up the hookup for the pump, and then The solar system is not adequate enough as far as I'm concerned yet, but we will find out. So I don't know if I need more batteries or a different inverter, but we're going to find out. We're going to have to get the pump hooked up very soon so we can fill up these things, because the rain is just not collecting enough in here to fill up. There's just so much there. You'd be lucky if there's like one tote full of water. It's probably only up to maybe the first line, so maybe two. It's hard to say, but it takes a long time to fill up 20 of them. Okay, so let's stop wasting time and get at her. All right, here we go. So we got our Pawpaw containers. They're kind of all misjarred right now, but that's fine. We're gonna put some holes in that plastic there to drain, so that when it rains, it won't get sopping wet. But we haven't. I got the Pawpaws. We'll take a look at them. They've been sitting on the window ledge for about a month now. So yeah. So here's last year's. Now I don't know what's going on. I weeded out these things here. Now it doesn't look very good. They're definitely either getting a real bad start, or a couple of them look like they're dying, and there's some very small buds on certain ones. So I don't know if it's just too early yet, but we will find that out, and then at least we'll all know. Because if I know, you're gonna know. So I want to find out because you got to be patient with Pawpaws. I'm going to be putting those seeds in with just their little sprouts, and it's probably going to take 2 months or something before I even start seeing them come through the dirt. So yeah, that's what it is. Patience when it comes to Pawpaws. I'm going to put the cage back on so the mice don't get at it and want to destroy it. And then yeah, that's what we're going to do. There's the walnuts that I put in there over the winter, but they got totally eaten by the squirrels. So I kind of expected that. I should have put a little screen on top, and that would have been great. But we'll try that again this fall. Let's see there. All right, so let's take a look at these Pawpaws that have been sitting on my windowsill for about a month. Now, like I said, not everything is what you see online. You have to kind of ask some questions. And I always kept wondering, how come my seeds don't come out of the fridge with roots on them? And some do, and some don't. And you can see right here, like they're just stabbing right through. We're gonna have to fix that one. I'm gonna have to do a little surgery on that guy. But it looks like, holy moly, last week I kind of gave him a little check, and it looks like we got like 10, well, I think these are in packs of 12. I got 12 seeds for $10. Delivery included, which I know the guy sort of. I kind of went to his place one time. I don't know how I'm going to separate this particular one. They're kind of growing into each other here. That makes no sense. But anyways, it looks like we got all 12 in here, all seeded. Oh, let me just show that in the camera. Alright, so I'm just going to take and put them on a dryer piece. I'm going to transport them outside, and we're going to get them into those pots. Now, the other thing I'm going to have to do is create a little bit more shade. I noticed that there was a lot of sunlight brewing at this time of year just on the one side of my Pawpaws. I'm not sure about the ones that were in the cage from last year. They might be getting too much sunlight, but I don't know. I think they just hit a lot of frosts and they couldn't handle it. I noticed some of my peach trees hit a couple frosts, and they're really paying the price for it. So let's get the other 3 open, and then I'll show you what we ended up with. Okay, so after getting them all out of there, I had to do a little bit of surgery because, you know, these little tap roots here are super delicate. So the one I kind of just showed you there, that one was growing into the other one. So I tried to work it out, but I broke the tip off the end of the root, and there's another one right kind of here that's got a little, I kind of broke it when I was taking it out of the thing. So there's a couple iffy ones, like this one here too. It's got a little black tip on it. Oh, it makes me think that the, sorry, where is it? Okay, so there's a black tip right there. I don't know why it won't focus. But anyways, that's not a good sign. But for the most part, I got 7 more. So there's 39 altogether. We'll see how it goes with the 2 that kind of broke there, and that black one, so 3 of them. But with the 7 missing from the 48, that's 39. So we should have about 39 roughly, and we'll see how we go throughout the season, how many we lose and or how many we gain. So these are, I'm just gonna put these back in the fridge. I'm gonna wrap these up, and yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna wrap these up all gently like, and I'm gonna just fold it up. I'm gonna wet this up just a little bit. I'm gonna dampen it up. I'll get a little water on there, and that should be enough. It'll absorb the rest of the way. Put it back in our little safety Ziploc here. Okay, so well, obviously I can't show you because, you know, I'm incapable of putting this into the plastic bag apparently. So I'm going to get that in the fridge, just like I would on, or sorry, like I did with the extra chestnuts. So we'll get them in there, seal that up. Actually, since these already been, no, sorry, I'm going to put these on the, windowsill. So that's what I'm going to do right now. Let's just put them on the windowsill and leave them here at the farm. And I shouldn't have to water them all week or at all because they have enough moisture in that little thing. I have to keep an eye out for the mold because I'm pretty sure these were treated a little bit better when I got them. So they had just started getting different colors on the paper and everything. So let's get outside and find some kind of shade blocker or sun blocker to help with that where we're going to plant them. It has stopped raining, shouldn't rain till a little bit this afternoon. So let's get them out there, let's get them planted. All right, I couldn't figure out a way to really kind of shade this, and then I realized there's a family of squirrels living in that little door there like every year. So I had to come up with something quick. So this is just the start. It fits all the way around so that the squirrels can squeeze between it. And I did drill the holes already, so it does drain okay. I'm going to lift it up a bit. I'm just going to lift it a little bit and then push that in there, give it a little more strength. Maybe even shim it up a little bit because it's a little low on one side or in the middle. So other than that, I'll show you some pictures. I'm going to makeshift something together right now. All right, I got this far. We're going to go get some rabbit wire, do some rabbit wire, and then we're going to make a lid. All right, so I'm all done planting up a couple of packets. Now that whole thing is full of pumpkin, squash, spaghetti squash, acorn squash. I'm gonna grab my shovel, and some winter squash and some watermelon. So we'll see how that goes. You know, I kind of tilled off to one side with a little bit of grass because I wanted to open it up. I just widened it. But again, I know tilling's not good for permaculture, but I don't do a lot of veggies and I only do it for me. Everything else is permaculture. I only usually till the first time to soften up the ground, and then I plant and then I leave it. And then that's when I just throw compost after compost. And then, yeah, that's it. So I also, like I said I was gonna do it, I got the foot valve on my pump here. So we'll get that in there. It was the only one I could actually connect because the other ones are just not soft enough for me to go. Today's pretty cool. Yesterday it was like 35 degrees in the greenhouse, and today it is barely 30. It's about 28 degrees. So it's kind of cloudy out. It's a cool day. So I'm gonna wait for a little bit of heat, and then we're gonna get that on there. And if I have to, I'll get a blow dryer or something and soften it up because that's the only last two connections right there. And then we got to figure out whether it's the inverter or if we need more batteries. I'm pretty sure I got enough juice for the batteries to run it, but I think it says that it uses 3,000 watts to start the pump and then runs on 1,500 watts. Well, that's a 3,000 watt inverter. So we're gonna give that a try once we get some water going in here, and definitely stay tuned for that. I'll definitely make a video of it. So let's get back up to the pawpaws and finish them off. We're gonna have to put them in the ground, in the pots. And I had been building something, so I'll show you the progress. Okay, so what I had to do is, even though it was raining it only went from the bottom and it didn't absorb enough, so the top 4 or 5 inches were probably a little dry. So we got our Pawpaw seeds, nuts, whatever they call them, and I'm just going to pick one that's all wonky so that I can give you an idea of what I'm going to do. So you can see that in this Pawpaw, it went out and then back and then out again. Now the seed needs to go downward into it, because that root needs to go downward, so that needs to be planted downward. So definitely find yourself a little hole or something you can put in there. Use this one here, plant it in, get it nice and deep there. We're going to plant it very gently, about 1.5 inches down, and then we're hoping that's going to work. So, and that's about it. You know, this isn't like I said, this isn't brain surgery. It's potting. So we're just potting here. I'll come back and get some more water in here. It's supposed to rain again today and all week, so I just finished some stuff in the greenhouse because I was waiting for my phone to charge. But see, again, something like this, even though it's bent, oh, I'm not showing you there, even though it's like curled backward, you need to plant it straight down. It'll take over itself. It'll strengthen itself. And I'm just gonna poke a little hole down there and be gentle with these roots, because man, are they ever gentle. They are ever fragile. Definitely fragile. So put that in there, and we won't push too hard. I don't want to break any of the roots. So again, we're going to do that to all of these, and then I'm going to back up and show you how I finished off this little enclosure here. So bear with me. All right, I'm just finishing up another week here, branching out, or weekend you could call, but another week. I have this expanded metal. It's stainless steel. I got a little bit of it from my company I worked for back when they were scrapping it out. So anyways, they gave me some of this stuff, and it's expanded metal, so it'll deter the sun's rays from, I don't know, it'll create a little bit of shade, just put it that way. Okay, so that's what I had to do over here to this, and so now I'm squirrel proof, I think. I watered it again. The rain, it'll allow the rain to come in there, and again, I'll be checking it once a week, make sure I come in and make sure they get all the water they need. It's not like, you know, professional, but it'll do. It's on a hinge. That door just kind of opens straight up, so I can get at it and then use it again next time. So I got it off the ground too, so bunnies won't get at it, and harder for the bugs to get in there, or the snails and the slugs, but they'll find a way. Either way, that's it for this week, branching out. I hope you like this video, so don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe, and we'll see you next week. Got a lot more planning to do, and we're just getting started. Have a good one. Be safe.